I am Josh.
I'm Banks, and we are together. What up?
Odd places going viral.
Yep, yep. Josh, you ever
Yes, sir.
um, you ever entertain the idea of running for office?
Yes, I have. And then I remind myself of how much work it's going to be. Not in office. The running for the office is the part that
Oh,
gets me.
uh, all right.
Yeah.
So what if you had the time and the interest, willingness? Would you run?
I definitely have the interest and the willingness. The question is, do I want to pay the price, so to speak, in time, energy, money to get on the ballot, to raise the money, to campaign? That's the part that seems daunting, I guess, but also, is it really worth it?
All right. So you said three things: time, energy, and money. Those are
Yeah.
the three things. Those are the three things. Let's go through each one. So time. If you had the time, would you do it? Would you run?
If I had the time,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's something I definitely want to do. Sure.
Okay. If you had the energy, would you do it?
Well, I do have the energy. That's not the
All right.
problem.
All right. If you had the money, would you do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I could raise enough funds to do it right, sure.
All right. So I
Are you going to be my campaign manager?
I would vote for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I would definitely. I would be one of your volunteers, campaign manager. Oh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of time.
Oh,
That's
whoa, I see. I see. That's just a lot of time, energy, and money. That's a lot of work.
no,
Oh, I
no,
get it.
no. You could get someone much better than me to be your campaign manager. Um, so I've been entertaining this idea of for since 2016 of running, and I did an 18 run, and no one ran against me. And I don't know if you know the story. I ran because I wanted more variety as far as choosing, more choices, and no one ran against me.
Yeah.
So evidently, if I wouldn't have run, well, somebody would have probably more than likely ran. Um, so I'm entertaining the idea of running for something else, just something else. What got me interested was in 2016, I think one third of the incumbents for Florida state legislature, Senate and House, were unopposed. So the incumbents were unopposed. Now, there is a limit, I think, of 4 terms for a state representative. So that's 8 years. So, I mean, they can't do it in perpetuity. Usually what they do is they do the state representative,
And
and
then
then
Senate.
they go into Senate, and they can do that for, I think, 4 terms or 2 terms, something like that. So my point is like, hey, why don't I run for something else? Why don't I see if I can run for something? And I look into it, and you're right. There is. Let's start with the money. There is a lot of money that you have to put up front in order to run. Just to run,
Yes,
you can get
yes.
signatures,
Or
and that
money.
or money. Yeah. However, even with signatures, you still have to pay some money. Okay, so there's thousands of dollars in that just getting on the ballot, for one. And then there's if you want to do it right. I mean, if do it right, the way the campaigns are running now is you get a campaign advisor and you pay that person, let's say $1,500 a month for at least 12 months. Okay, and that advisor basically tells you what to do. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And by the way, spend this money on this. And I just spoke to an advisor yesterday, and he said, there's only 2 things you have to do as a candidate. You have to campaign.
Wait. I was going to guess. I was
Go
going to
ahead, yeah.
say, I was going to say, kiss hands and shake babies.
Close, close. Kissing hands and shaking babies are pretty much out now because of
Okay.
COVID. He said you got to campaign, which means you got to get out there. You got to meet people, just meet people. And 2, you have to fundraise. 24 hours a day, you're doing 2 things. You're meeting people and you're asking them for money.
So you're selling. So basically, what you're saying is you're selling yourself in every way possible.
Yes, you are. You are. And I
Except sexually. Ideally. Now, I realize that there's not a clear delineation between politics and sex scandals. However, you've got to sell your personality. You've got to sell you got to sell you, and in return get money and relationships.
Yeah, you're buying relationships. You're getting people to know
Votes.
who you are. Yeah, you're getting
You're
people to
buying
know who you
votes.
are.
Yeah.
So I looked at this, and there is a way to get around it. And he even said there's a way to get around it. And the way to get
Both.
around it, huh?
Get
Yeah.
around both.
You're gonna have to campaign. Campaign is in both of my scenarios. In one of them, you really don't have to fundraise. And what you can do, and I'm still researching it. So I'm just new. I'm just putting my toe in the water. What you can do is you can sign up to run for office as a write-in candidate, which means you don't need to put the money up. You don't need to put, you don't need to get the signatures. I don't think you do. I'm not sure. This is what I know so far right now. So this would be a work in progress. So you don't have to put all the money up. You don't have to get the signatures. You fill out a form that says, I'm going to run, and I'm going to run write-in. Okay.
Okay.
So basically what that means is whoever's running for that office, let's say 3 people are running, there'll be something down here that says write-in, and there's a line. And that means that I have to campaign. Now you have to campaign. You have to campaign enough so people know at that place, at that juncture, to write my name in. And they have to spell my name correctly.
I was just going to go there. They have to spell it correctly. Good luck with that, sir.
Well, Lisa Murkowski, that's a big name. She is the senator from Alaska. She lost in the Republican primary, and she decided to run as an independent write-in candidate in the general election in 2010, 2016, 2014, 2016. And she ended up winning. And the way she did it was she got bracelets, those rubber bracelets, and she had her name written on the bracelets, and she just gave them away. So Lisa Murkowski might come into my campaign somehow. I'm not going to put Lisa Murkowski on it.
No, definitely don't do that. Otherwise, she's going to be very surprised when she wins, the local council or mayor or something.
State representative.
State representative of Florida, Lisa Murkowski.
Oh my gosh, they gave me these on cheap, inexpensive.
They're from China.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a way. Yeah. So instead of putting all your money and effort into raising money, you put all your time and effort into campaigning. So you meet as many, let's say there's 200 in Lake County, there's 272,000 eligible voters. Could I meet 272,000 people in, let's say, a year, 12 months?
You don't have to. You only have to meet 50% plus one and convince them all to vote for you.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So I just cut your work in half. I'll send you my bill later. I'll send you my invoice.
You're my political consultant here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably could do that, by the way. I probably could be a political consultant in the sense of messaging, because that's what I do.
Right. These political consultants nowadays, they do everything. They help with messaging. They have somebody that crunches the numbers and says, this many Democrats, this many Republicans, this many unaffiliated are in your county. You need this many votes in order to win. And they bring it down to a science. He did say that with like a write-in candidate, it's like a far reach, unless the person is just well known.
They gotta be well known. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the bracelet idea. That's brilliant.
You ready for the well-known bit? Here you go. Ready? If I do this 5 times, that's every 2 years. If I do this, I'm going to, let's say 20% of the people know me the first time. Second time, 40% know me. Not that means they'll vote for me. Next time, 60% know of me. 80%. By the 5th time, everybody will know me, and they'll know whether or not to vote for me. So every 2 years, I'd write it again and write it again. Oh, he's the write-in candidate. Hey, let's let him in because he's done this for four times. Is it 2? Yeah, 10 years. So my end goal is 10 years. In 10 years, I get elected.
Can you just give everyone a rubber stamp with your name on it, as opposed, so they don't have to write it, they just go, right? Self-inking rubber stamp. And then they can actually pass it to the next person. So all you have to say is use this, and then when you exit the poll, pass it to the next person. See, I'm with you. I got the efficiency down. I got this whole thing planned out already. This is great.
I think that's illegal. To tell you the truth, I think you actually have to write it. I
You
think the
actually have to
law.
write it. Okay, then stamp it and trace it. Look, it's all covered, man. It's a template. It's just a template for people to follow.
Yeah, yeah. So
So if we
if I
go to
had,
if we go to Tallahassee, are we have to change the name of odd places, won't we? That's not such an odd place. We'd have to do like capital spaces or something.
yeah, we would actually. That is an odd. There are odd places. I feel everywhere. Banks.
Oh, Josh, I thought you were going to say that.
We're odd places going.
Viral.
Boom. Yep.